in the process of searching for a Montessori school for your child, or are you looking at Montessori as one of your options for your child? Well, this video is for you. 8 questions to ask when you're choosing a Montessori school. I'm Sarah Moudry from Family Friendly Home. If you want to know more about Montessori, definitely check out my video, What is a Montessori School? In today's video, I'm going to give you some things to consider as you decide on the right school for your family. Although your child will attend the school, as a family, the decision, schedule, and philosophy of the school will all impact your whole family. So when you imagine if the schools you are considering are the right fit for your child, also imagine if this community is one you want to be a part of. I want to point out that the word Montessori is not copyrighted or owned by anyone. So that means that any school can call themselves Montessori. So it's up to you to do a little work to discern if this Montessori school is the one for you. Okay, let's get to it. I've talked to so many parents about this process, and the first question I ask is, how do the adults talk to one another? When you visit or tour a school, take note as to how the adults interact. The atmosphere that they create will be the one that your child will learn in. So make sure that this communication is with respect. The next thing to consider is, do they have an uninterrupted work cycle? For children younger than 3, they should have a 2-hour work cycle. And for 3 and up, they should have a 3-hour work cycle. This is because children need this much time to get lessons, choose work, interact socially, repeat, and concentrate. The 3-hour work cycle has proven to be effective and essential in Montessori schools all over the world. I often hear from parents that they would like their children to have French or music or PE. And the truth is, a Montessori school should strive to have those elements as part of a 3-hour work cycle. Not necessarily French, but a second language is possible. But the children should not be pulled out of their classrooms for a scheduled class. Now, this changes a bit as the children move to elementary. However, they should always have at least one 3-hour uninterrupted work cycle per day. Okay, another good question to ask, does the primary class or children's house retain their 3rd-year students? If you're looking for a school for your 1-year-old, I know this may sound like a long way off. However, it's an important thing for you to know. In some communities, children leave for what is conventionally called the kindergarten year. If a school loses these children, the whole class is at a deficit, because Montessori schools are designed to maximize leadership opportunities and social development by allowing older children to work with younger children in natural peer mentoring relationships. And if this aspect doesn't exist in the classroom, you should know. Related to this question, do they offer a full age range in their classes? Infant rooms have children 8 weeks to walking. Young children or toddler communities have children 14 months in walking to 3 years. Primary or children's house have children 3 to 6 years. Lower elementary is 6 to 9 years. Upper elementary is 9 to 12 years. Middle school is often 12 to 14 years, although ideally with Montessori theory, 12 to 15 would be preferred, with high school being either 14 to 18 years or 15 to 18, depending on the middle school situation. These age ranges are important for children to learn from each other and build healthy relationships with peers. Just imagine if you could only work with people your exact age. It just doesn't seem right. If you're looking for a Montessori elementary program, make sure to ask about going out. This is a term used to describe child-led field trips. This is an opportunity for a student to follow their interests through research and set up opportunities to connect with people and activities outside the classroom. Another helpful question can be, are parents invited into the classroom? This may seem like something that you're looking for, but when we talk about Montessori schools, remember, they're designed to maximize an individual child's independence, and that means without their parents around. Children often try out different aspects of their personality at school. They're growing and learning, And if their parents are around at school, it can hinder that exploration and growth. I'm not talking about the occasional invitation to come bake with your child or drive for an outing. Those are great. I'm talking about, are parents serving as the assistant in the class, or are they allowed to walk in the class whenever they're on site? This can be disruptive for all the children and really counterproductive for their work. Next, what organization has trained their teachers? Now, many parents will look for accredited schools, and this is not a bad way to go. It actually can be really helpful. However, it can be very limiting as not all great schools are accredited. You may find the school only hires teachers trained by a single organization. And if that's so, this is a sign that the school philosophy is very aligned with that organization. So I recommend that you do a little research on the training organization and see if it fits with you. Other schools may hire a combination of teachers. If this is the case, you want to make sure that the teachers are formally trained. Oftentimes, a school might declare something like, "We moved our training in-house to ensure that our teachers all come out of training with the same philosophy," or something like that. I personally think this is a huge red flag. Just like other professions, there are schools that train Montessori teachers in order for them to be credentialed and qualified. Okay, number 8. I think it's important to ask, is the school privately owned or a nonprofit run by a board? This is not a make it or break it question. Actually, none of my questions are. You just have to decide what combination of answers paints the picture of the school you are looking for. So is it privately owned or a nonprofit? A privately owned school is going to have profits and some owner or shareholders interested in the school making money. Therefore, decisions that affect the life of the school may be made with profits in mind. Just something to think about. Now, if it's a nonprofit school, it will be run by a board of directors, and hopefully that board of directors is a diverse group that includes some current parents, but also some professionals that are not parents at the school. This will ensure the long-term planning for the future of the school rather than decisions that influence one or two families' current experience. I don't mean to get into how schools are run, but I do find many parents overlook that the structure of the school business can impact their experience at the school. I hope this gives you some things to think about and a clearer vision of the school you are looking for. If you learned something, please like this video so other parents know that it's a valuable resource for choosing a Montessori school. If you have more questions, subscribe so you will get notifications when we have new videos. If you still have questions, check out my webpage and visit my FAQ section. If you have a question another parent may have asked me, and all of those answers will be there. If it's not there, email me and I will answer it for you. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you in my next video.